Well, this is what I've been playing for the last few days. Yeah, Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy. Whereas the first one was, I already don't remember, but it's Ryza, so there you go. This is a large box. This is the North American release, obviously, as it says Atelier Ryza here instead of premium box or whatever that I think the Japanese one did. There you go, it says premium edition, and there you go with the other artwork that's on the back there. Something right away, I understand why they did it, but this in particular is a giant step back from how NIS was kind of increasing the stock thickness of their boxes so that they weren't absolute flimsy things, and this is, which is kind of sad to me, but it also doesn't match any of the rest of the releases that they've made, which also kind of bothers me. But I do believe I understand the reason why. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop them open like a storybook. And yeah, see, the first layer, you got the game itself, which I do believe that you can get outside of a limited edition, which is great. You got a couple of reversible artwork pieces. You got a QR code for manual, and there's also the costume. I mean, feel free to use the download code. I've already used it, so I don't really think they can take it away from me if somebody else tries to claim it or whatever. I think the code's just used, so I don't mind kind of displaying that. And then also on the other side of that, you got a little keychain with her and the little fairy thing that hatches very, very early in the game. And, well, it looks like this probably just came from the Japanese release, because, yeah, there's not a lick of English on there, which means that NIS probably didn't manufacture it. That is at least my guess. So yeah, kind of an interesting cutout that they got going on here. Not very structurally sound, but it does allow them to do the same thing for a Switch or a PS4 release / PS5, because I haven't really changed that. So, all right. Next up, we have basically a file folder. There's nothing in there. That's just kind of a protective sheet. So I don't really feel the need to open this thing up here. But yeah, you got the piece on the front. It is weird that she has asymmetrical leggings, but yeah, whatever. And then, yeah, you got that on the back. I don't know what that means at this particular point. It does look like there's something else on there. Alright. Well then, let's go ahead and peel this thing open and find out what we got. No. It's just two of them. All right then. Yeah, I don't necessarily. No, that's kind of probably one of those things like a pencil guide or whatever that Japanese folks do with a lot of their limited editions. But there's also this guy, and yep, yet again, not a lick of English on here, so I believe this is probably just the same thing that you get in the Japanese limited edition. And it's a cloth poster. I'll see if I can't basically find the artwork of this, just to save me trying to refold that back up. But this, I do believe, is probably the reason why the box was so large. They didn't want to try to reprint the art book in a much smaller, compact form that would fit into the form factor that they have everywhere else. So yeah, not super thick, but what are you going to do? Yeah, almost all of it's in Japanese. You do have a little bit of English translations here for some of the stuff. Never in my life have I met a more grumpy kid, I think. There's Leela. She makes a return. And this is interesting because it's not the actual costume that you see her in, at least not where I've seen her so far in the game. She's wearing stuff from the first game, so I don't know if maybe that changes if/when she becomes part of your party. This is obviously artwork from the first game because he's much older and, like a foot and a half taller in this game. These look like ciphers and whatnot. Stuff from the game, probably for trying to solve some riddles in the ruins and whatnot. So yeah, I didn't see that artwork, so alright, we're gonna go ahead and crack this guy open then. I do like these packages because you can reseal them. Only a couple of times, but you can. I'm all about that. Yep, tissue paper for, making sure that it's not scuffing up on you and everything. Alright. I haven't even run into him yet in this game. So, spoiler alert, I suppose. But yeah, you got Claudia and Ryza and the fairy and Tao. And whatever this guy's name was, I don't remember, even though I used him most of the way through the first game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It was probably a promotional piece of artwork made for the game. I know a lot of Japanese games will have different promotional artworks done to promote the game at various different retail outlets. So this was probably one of those. It might not have been, though. I don't know. But yeah, that is what we got going on in the Atelier Ryza limited edition. I'm gonna have to probably take a few minutes out afterwards to try to get that back in there. But here's what I'm talking about with these sides. There we go. This is Atelier Ryza 1. Ever Darkness and Secret Hideout. Okay, that was the name of that one. And yeah, you can see very much different sized box going on here. And this was the same form factor they've done for a ton of Atelier releases, from probably Eska and Logi up through here. So, as far as I recognize Sophie didn't have a limited edition. Kind of sad, but alright. But Eska and Logi did. And geez, all the rest of them. Lydian Sewell, Lulua, Nelke, the kind of offshoot city building game, and Ryza 1, and now Ryza 2's much larger. But like I said, I do believe it's because NIS probably opted to not remake a lot of the stuff that came in the limited edition and just kind of used what was already there as assets from the Japanese limited release. Which I think is kind of cool. You know, we don't have, super rebranded stuff. There might be censoring here and there. I don't know. I go back and forth on hearing whether or not this game was censored or not. Mostly I'm assuming that if it was censored, it was probably some creepy shots of Patricia, that Henri kid I was talking about. Well, she's female. And Japanese do get a little creepy with the younger age things. But, yeah. I guess, I don't know, creepy to us. See, over there, their age of consent, I believe, is like 13 or 14. It's not 18/21 or whatever. So they do end up, as a culture, sexualizing younger people than we do. Yeah, just a little weird. If that's what they censored, don't care, because I don't want any of that content. I don't necessarily like censorship over original art, but at the same time, it's a game, and it's fun, and they didn't change any of the gameplay mechanics or take out any of the story, so I don't really have that much of a problem with it. Alright, well, cool. That was Atelier Ryza 2, the game that I've been putting quite a bit of time into recently. Yeah, I'm actually waiting for a little bit longer, and East 9 will be out, and I shall have that as well, since NIS America also now has a Falcom dealership or whatnot. I don't think it's exclusive, but it might be for newer Ys and Kisuke or Legend of Heroes games, because they didn't take on Tokyo Xanadu or the EX PS4 variant of it. And they never really jumped at the opportunity to re-release Ys Origin, which I'm also waiting to come in from Limited Run Games. So, alright. That's everything that I got. So, as always, I appreciate y'all for watching, if you indeed have. And have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo.